Thank you for joining me again here at our channel. Episode 7 is a real milestone moment for me. This is because it will bring us into computer gaming territory here at our CS for the very first time. Today I'm really excited to do a short review of Nintendo's first ever home games console. If you're thinking Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, or family computer, the Famicom, well, you couldn't be more wrong. But before we get ahead of ourselves, if you've watched episode 6, and were intrigued by the what in the world picture at the end of that show, your wait is over. I'm ready to reveal the answer. The picture showed a small section of the IQ player. This was an unusual Nintendo console sold exclusively in China back in late 2003. The IQ player was a mini Nintendo 64 console, that was held in the player's hands. As with all the objects we use in the challenge we like to call, what in the world? Each item we show will eventually have their own episode in the future, so please stay tuned, subscribe or follow us so you don't miss out. Focusing on today's treasure, and this new episode, I'd like to present Nintendo's historic maiden voyage into home computer gaming. Please understand one thing, we're covering the Genesis, the grandfather of every other Nintendo gaming console, and we'll obviously need to know if it was really any good. Before I answer that question, this console is a must-have, or as a minimum must-know console for anyone interested in Nintendo's long history. Called simply the Nintendo TV Color Game 6. It is, and was nothing more than a simple Pong clone, but we'll explore this information further shortly. Mine shown here in this episode is the second edition from 1977. This very first version was an off-white or cream color console, and ran only on 6C batteries. This orange version, seen here, was issued a few weeks after the first one. This has the option to use mains electricity or the batteries. The first edition was model code CTG6S. The one shown here is CTG6V. The box contained the console in a plastic bag, the instruction booklet, the warranty card, and 3 warning notes were in a separate bag. A well-packaged antenna and games console splitter, a metal box with wires, was also standard. This allowed you to easily change between a television show or game. Seen here is the warranty card. This is the cover of the instructions booklet. Pages 1 and 2 cover the contents. Pages 3 and 4 covers technical requirements. Pages 5 and 6 go into detail of how to connect to your television. Pages 7 and 8 introduce gameplay. Pages 9 and 10 offer advice and troubleshooting options. The back pages is contact information. The TV Game 6 is shown here in its box and still in its original bag. The power cable is shown on top of the console in this picture. The antenna and TV splitting device, shown here, is still boxed. The antenna splitter connectors can be seen at the end of the protective box. The open box has only the bag console remaining inside. The console is shown out of its box, the cable attached to the rear is the antenna cable. The bag has been removed, and we're ready for the setup. The control panel layout is in Japanese, but the switches do the following functions. The top left switch toggles up and down, allowing the left-hand player to use either a small or large paddle or racket during play. The next switch along does the same function, but for the right-hand side player, again changing the size of the paddle between large or small. The third switch across on the top row of the control panel toggles between a fast or slow ball or puck. The top right-hand switch on the control panel allows for a doubles or singles experience. All games require 2 people to play, however this option adds a second paddle. The bottom left switch is the power button, and it toggles between on and off. The green button is the reset control. This resets the game back to a 0-0 score. The bottom right switch is the game selection control. It has 3 options. They are hockey, then the middle setting is tennis, and the far left is called volleyball, however this might be quite a stretch. Volleyball is unusual because the gameplay has a brick wall in the center as opposed to a net. This is the actual gameplay from a Nintendo TV Game 6. The real-life picture did not show most of the distortion seen here. The picture in real life was remarkably crisp and clear. This is the hockey game with 2-player option. Green team is seen to our right, orange is the team to our left. Both teams are playing with small paddles. The ball, or should I say puck, is in fast mode. The rink has 2 small goals. The score shown at the top is hidden during gameplay. The score currently 1 to the orange team, and 2 to the green team. And now 3 for the green team. The top left switch changes the left player's paddles from small to large. See the orange paddles change here on the screen. Larger paddles are a clear advantage, but using small paddles might balance a game, much like a player's handicap does in golf. The green paddle size controls are the second left switch on the top row. A faster puck obviously increases the difficulty level. Changing the puck speed also changes the bounce response to the ball hitting a paddle or a wall. The physics logic program is impressive for this period. Also worth noting is the deflection of the puck as it passes through the front player. After this next goal, if you watch closely you'll see a clear deflection from the puck as it passes through the front green paddle. Using the top right switch changes the game from a 2-on-2 to a 1-on-1 match. Scoring is unaffected by changes to game mode. The 1-on-1 action here also helps illustrate the physics of the puck bouncing off a paddle. The puck will speed up or deflect differently if the paddle is moving. The bottom right switch is the game select control. We've been playing hockey, with the default blue background. I've moved the switch to the middle position, the screen will turn green, and this is the tennis option. The doubles option on tennis is achieved by the same switch that was used in hockey mode. Interestingly, the doubles option here in tennis brings both teams' paddles to the same side of the net, just like real tennis. The final option for a game select is volleyball. Like tennis, both teammates are on the same side of the net, or in this game, the orange and blue brick wall. The vibrant pink background is dazzling, and the gameplay quite challenging. If small paddles were selected, and the ball speed was set as fast, this would be a difficult game for sure. We have seen all 6 games modes, albeit briefly. You can see the green button activated the reset option, setting the score to 0-0 once again. 3 games were hockey, tennis, and this game, volleyball. The reason for calling this a 6-game console comes from the additional doubles mode, making it arguably a 6-choice games console. My favorite of the choices offered here has to be the hockey game, which we'll finish up with here in this video. I'll ask you to look at the dynamics of the puck, how its speed varies with both paddle contact, also with the deflection of the frontal player. I asked earlier if this was a worthy first console for Nintendo. The answer is this: it's a good game, both then and now. I'm old enough to have played the original Pong game in the mid-70s. This home version would have been an awesome home console, and worthy of the title of being called the original Nintendo console, that deservingly spawned an empire. The television seen here is a CRT TV that has an RF out connection. My TV allows worldwide inputs to be displayed, a major advantage for a gamer. The Nintendo Color TV 6 was a Japanese-only release, but has impressed me a lot. Initially selling for 9,800 yen, this console later got a considerable discount. Apparently several limited edition consoles were made. This seems to be a Nintendo trait they have embraced over the decades. Although Odyssey, and later still Atari, both beat Nintendo to market with their Pong games, this variation of the genome was a credible product and deserved its success. The Color TV game console system was honored by an appearance in Smash Bros. 4. The game was found on both the Wii U home system console and 3DS handheld device. It showed up as an assist trophy. These Nintendo Color TV game model series, of which the Color TV Game 6 was the very first offering, have the highest sales figures of what we'd now classify as the first generation of video game consoles. This is a very impressive feat. This console will remain as Nintendo's first home console offering to the public. It was designed in-house, however, the Color TV Game 6 was built in collaboration with the Mitsubishi Electronics Company. Every Color TV Game 6 unit sold actually lost Nintendo money. This was an issue, and in order to generate the required profit, the company accountants worked out that it had to sell the system for at least 12,000 yen. To achieve this large price increase, Nintendo developed a similar system to the 6, but called it the Nintendo Color TV Game 15. This console came about to allow Nintendo to profit from the gaming console market they just entered into. Increasing the price of the Color TV Game 6 was not an option after its launch, so the 15 console was designed to achieve profitability. The 15 would be manufactured by Mitsubishi Electronics Company, just like the 6. This console, the Color TV Game 15, will be our next video installment. Stay tuned, folks, and also the What in the World quiz is nearly here.